Hi everybody, this is Michelle here. I hope that it's okay to share something that I'm learning and that I'm using to help me as I start doing a little bit more with essential oils as I have time. I'm reading a book called Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, and it was recommended to me by somebody who is a master photographer in a course that I'm taking. And like my other business, I have, various stresses and challenges that come with doing the business stuff, and sometimes it can be really, really overwhelming. So this was a book she recommended, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and do this, and it's going to be helpful. But I also thought I'm going to add the essential oils in with it, so I wanted to show you the blend that I'm using to go with the book. So for the very first week, this book is a little bit about key ideas of meditation practice and just centering yourself and grounding yourself. For me, I've had a lot of recent challenges in my business where I work full-time as a wedding photographer and portraits photographer. And one of the things that's kind of getting in my way is really just my own self, my own mind, my own thoughts, the anxieties that I carry just kind of day in and day out. And it's kind of similar with doTERRA too. I absolutely love my oils, and I'm not afraid to just share or talk about them. But there's other things that can cause some anxiety for me because I'm learning something new and I want to do it right. I want to get it just right and get it perfect. And the reality is I can't, but sometimes I can get stuck in my head. So for the very first week, there's 4 main weeks, and I thought what I would do is I'm going to do these meditation exercises that are 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you can do, and there's a progression with them. So I think the book has a lot of really good insight about just the way our thoughts really affect our brain and the way our brain kind of informs our thought life, and there's this dynamic synergy between our thoughts and even the energy and the space around us in that metaphysical world, that there's so much science out there that's really showing absolutely how powerful and malleable the brain is. So without going into any further detail, because you can get the book for yourself, the point here is I wanted to show you the oil that I'm using to go along with my meditation. So I'm using this wonderful book that Dr. Laura has recommended. And for the very first week, the point of our meditation is just breath work and checking in with the body and getting grounded, starting from the feet all the way up to the head, being aware of the space and the energy around our body. And for me, that's huge because I carry a lot of stress in my body, and just even slowing down to take it in and to be able to release the stress is really huge. So I looked in this book and I found a really wonderful blend that I thought would be great and very applicable for this topic, and it's called the Here and Now blend. And I'll just read really briefly what it says. Here and now is used for those who struggle living in the present moment. It's common in our modern society to be hyper-focused on future events, worrying about future events and reminiscing on the regrets of our past. Rarely are people fully present in the current moment. Their minds wander elsewhere, and this is really true for me. This blend is excellent for the chronic worrywart. Guilty as charged. Here and Now brings you into your body and helps you focus on the task at hand. This blend will also result in greater appreciation of the people in your life and the blessings that you are given. Again, like with the law of attraction, just understanding that there's so much that really is beautiful that you are attracting in your life and that you want to continue to attract. And so the more we're aware of it, the more we see it, the more we feel it, the more gratitude we have. And it's just this beautiful cycle. A nice effect of using the Here and Now is enjoying feelings of extreme gratitude. So here's some of the, and you can read those. I don't have all of these blends, so I've made some appropriate substitutions. So I will share what I have. So in a 5 ml bottle, which I've just repurposed an old On Guard bottle, I'm going to start with our first oil. And this calls for 3 drops. So here we go. I filled my bottle with about half of it already with the fractionated coconut oil. 1, 2, 3. For me, it's just easy because in the mornings I'll just pop the top off, and then I will just, maybe have like 4, 5 maybe drops in my hands, and it's already diluted. Everything's blended up. I like the rollers too, but I really like these because I can just pop it off and then just kind of like pour it in my hand. So the second one is patchouli, but I don't have that, so I have Balance, which is very much a grounding blend. So I thought I would jump on that and put that in. I love the way it smells. It's absolutely one of my favorites. So we're doing 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there's 6 or 7 in there, don't fault me because I really need this blend in my life. So there's Balance. Next is Clary Sage. Calls for 5 drops. I love Clary Sage because it's very much, well, for me, it makes me feel very feminine. And same with geranium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. And the next is, speaking of geranium, the next is geranium. Oops, geranium. Here we go. And after this calls for coriander, but I don't actually have it. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna skip over to the next one, which is eucalyptus. So I love eucalyptus. It's just a really happy minty smell. Oh gosh, my office smells so good already. So here's to feeling grounded. And this is 3. 1, 2, 3. And just living in the present, I really need that. My mind just tends to race and lots of thoughts. And next is rosemary, and I just need something to kind of calm that down. And the discipline of meditation is huge. There we go. 1, 2. And the benefits are huge too. I like to use sacred texts sometimes just to even chant those. Just rest, breathe in and breathe out, and have a sacred text that breathe in and then everything that's out. It's almost like a mental detox. All right. Now, white fir is one of the others that's on this list, but I don't actually have white fir. I am choosing to add copaiba because for me, that is one of the calming, just all things calming for me. So I really like that. Hey, Dina, how are you? I was just talking a little bit about a book that I'm reading, which is called Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself. It was recommended to me by a lady in one of the groups that I'm in for photography. Started reading it, actually finished the Audible book summary, and the very first week it calls for a meditation practice. So there's 4 weeks and there's a progression. In the first week, the focus is really on the breath and grounding yourself and getting into your body. And that's really huge for kind of taking control of the thoughts and the anxiety. So I'm using the Here and Now blend from our I Am Fabulous book that Laura recommended. So I'm down to the very bottom, and let's see. That looks really good. I'm going to cap it off. Let's see if I can find I'm just going to put just a little bit more in there. That's it. And then I'm done. So here we go. So I like to hold these in the places where I use them. So like for this one, believe it or not, will stay in my closet because that's where I like to go and hide and just find some quiet space all by myself. And I'll just lay down, prop my knees up, or sit in a place that's comfortable, do my breath work, and just check in with my body from head to toe and just become more aware of my body, and especially where I'm holding the tension. And then the next week, there's the meditations talking about, emotions. Where are your emotions and where are they held? So I think that's going to be great, and I'm excited because I will look over that and find another oil blend that seems to match. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful, and blessings to all of you on your journey too with all things business and all things in your life. I know I need this because there's so much swirling around, and I just, need to do a better job living in the present. So take care. Bye.